Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how I price items in PoE. This is a very good skill to have. This is how you make your big money for like things like Headhunter and Six Links, that kind of stuff. This is how you're going to be making most of your money in PoE if you do play a trade league. If you're self-found, this doesn't really have much use, so you might as well turn the video off. Okay, so let me go ahead and start this up. So right here I have two items I can give you examples on. And I can also price my gloves for you. And my boots. And maybe my emotes and rings as well. I'll price those all up for you. Okay. Alright, let's get started. So, on my foil, this is good for about two reasons. It has high elemental DPS, which is very good for a foil. And it also has high crit chance. And also some pretty decent attack speed too. That also helps a little bit too. But it's mostly the attack speed, I mean not the attack speed, it's mostly the crit and the WEG. Like the elemental damage. So let me go ahead and press Control C on this thing. If you don't have this, this is a plugin from AutoHotkey. This basically just tells you the tier rules on this item. It'll be in the description below with the download links. So this is a very good plugin to have, and it'll save you a ton of time, like probably over 100 hours at this point. It's so good. Okay, but anyways, so we have some pretty high tiers here. We got a tier 3, tier 5, and a tier 1. So it's not great, but it's decent. And if I had to guess, it's probably about a 5 KS foil here. So let me go ahead and press Control Alt D. Again, this is from the plugin. So we want to say this thing has 200 and we'll say 280 elemental DPS, and it also has crit chance on it. So we'll say 20 crit chance. And actually, let me go ahead and put this in right here. This will be a bit better. So we're looking at 7.2. So let's put in 7. Okay, so it's a bit cheaper than I thought it would be. I guess because it's pretty late in the league at this point, but looking about 2 to 3 KS here. So it's not bad. It's just not great, but this is still decent money if you're just starting out. So I'm gonna put it at 2 KS. So we'll put this in the 2 KS tab. Okay, so now let's price our belt. This belt is probably gonna be worth about, if I had to guess, you're probably about 10 to 15 KS. And you might be thinking, well, why is that? Well, it has high life roll, also can be higher roll on the implicit, so it can go up to 20 to 40. So right now it's at a pretty low roll. This can get bumped up quite high. So we're gonna go ahead and do our Control D on again, and we're gonna say this one has WEG, reduce slash charges, and life. A whole lot of life too. So like right here is pretty good. So we're looking at about like 5 chaos here. This is like, you want to be looking around here. These are the real ones. Yeah, like 5 to 6 chaos. Because this can get higher rolled up, so we're probably looking about like around 10 chaos for this belt right here. Because if I just go like this and get a bless orb, I'll just put 2 on it. Okay, there we go. So now it's definitely be worth like about 8 chaos. So go in my sell tab and put this in here. 8 chaos orbs. And there we go. Okay. Now, we're gonna price our gloves. Okay, so these gloves right here, they're gonna be worth a lot because they're spike gloves. These are a rare base type that you get from mapping and certain map types. One of the best areas to get this is in Channels and Poor Choice Asylum. So let's see here. I'm gonna say this thing has all the res types because it does. Also use item base because it's very sought after, so we want this item base to definitely show up on there. And we're gonna say this. This is a pretty good pair of gloves here. Hang on a second, they're not showing up because I guess nobody has this listed right now. So what's this total res on it? 100? This. There we go. Okay, so we're looking about 40 chaos here, 80 chaos, 2 exalts, 2 exalts, and these are pretty similar to mine. So right here we're looking about 2 exalts for my pair of gloves here. So if I were to sell these, about 2 exalts the current price of these. So pretty good. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what some good stats to look for now. Number one for we're gonna do belts first. So belts have pretty basic stats. So if you're going for a light belt and selling those, so leather belts and rustic stashes are all the pretty much light belts that people use. So you're looking for life, resist, quite a bit of resist, about probably at least two stats of resist, and then weg, which is not weg, my bad. It used to be called weg, so I keep saying that, but it's elemental damage to attacks. So looking for that. Reduced flash charges are pretty good if you can get that, and that's about it for belts. So the things you're looking for on belts are life, resist, elemental damage to attacks, and then reduced flash charges. Those are basically your dream stats for most life builds. Yeah, of course, you can always get a hybrid belt, which is life and ES, and that kind of goes for some money, but it's not going to be as much because people don't play a lot of hybrid builds anymore. So just know that. Now we're going to do gloves. Gloves are pretty simple. These are about the same as belts, but they only, the main stats you're looking for are life, resist, attack speed. Attack speed is a big one. If you get attack speed gloves with life and resist on them, you're going to get a fortune. That's worth a lot of money. And added fizz is also very good too. If you can get added fizz, very great. So you're looking for life, resist, attack speed, and fizz in that order. That is your like dream pair of gloves. That'll sell for exalts, like probably 2 or 3. Now you're looking for rings. So rings are pretty. They're a lot harder than gloves and belts price because rings have a lot of stats people use. So you can get pretty much any ring and probably sell for at least something, probably like chaos or at least. So you're looking for probably int. I'm not int. My bad. Life, resist, weapon elemental damage of attacks, and then probably maybe sometimes attack speed because like the rest of this stuff is pretty like situational. So attack speed is pretty good on some rings, and then Attic Fizz is pretty good on like any ring. So if you have Attic Fizz on a ring, it's probably gonna add a little bit of money to it, probably like 5 chaos maybe, and then the stats like strength, dex, and int are sometimes worth money. It depends on who's buying them. So you could get like a ring like that has like 40 int and 40 strength and like 100 life on it, and that would probably take a while to sell because that's a pretty kind of like a pretty niche stat setup right there. But you can probably put that for like a exalt and people will buy it, but it'll just take like a few days, maybe like a week at max. So get some of that. So rings are pretty situational. They're very niche sometimes. So if you have a ring and you're like, I'm not really sure if this is worth money, just put it in there. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You can always lower it day by day and get somebody and like wait until somebody buys it. So you never are like stuck with the ring. Chest plates, nobody really buys rare chest plates anymore, but you're looking for like astral plates that have high res, life, that kind of stuff. Just basically your basic stuff, that's life and resist, and that's about it. Rings, same thing. Amulet are about the same as rings, exactly. So everything I said about rings are the same for amulets. Boots. Now boots are pretty simple as well. Life, resist, movement speed, and then that's about it. So you just want life, res, movement speed. That's about it for boots. Three res with life and movement speed, like high movement speed, is gonna be worth a lot of money, like exalts. Helmets are about the same as what's it called? Boots. You're just looking for life, resist, and then that's about it. You can get some other stats in there like int, dex, and strength, and that kind of is useful sometimes. But usually you just want the three main stats. So there you go. Weapons are all over the place. The good example I showed you earlier was the foil. This one right here. This is a example of a foil that's made for elemental builds, so like Spectral Throw and that kind of stuff. But they can go from anywhere. They can go from like high fizz foils all the way up there. So basically, these are very hard to learn. Weapons are gonna probably be the last thing you'll ever learn about PoE, like pricing wise. They're still really hard to learn even for me. I had like 3K hours in this game. I still ain't that great at pricing weapons yet. So it's just trial and error. The tool I use is very helpful for this. Like, oops, wrong thing. Basically, though, you can just do this and get an idea. Like say like okay, so it has like we'll say this one has 300 fizz DPS and hang on a second. We'll go to PoE trade really quick. And we'll just say I'm looking for a foil or a one-hand sword, I guess is what they're called. 300 physical DPS, and it also has 7 crit. It's gonna be worth a bit of money. Yeah, so you're looking at 4 exalts here. So if you get a foil that's 300 physical DPS, this thing's gonna be worth a fortune. It's basically just knowing, like, okay, that's pretty high fizz DPS. I'm guessing this is worth some money, and then just putting it in there and seeing. But that is about it for this video. I hope this helps you price your items a little bit better. It's a hard thing to learn. It's not gonna just be instantly after you watch this video. I'm like, okay, I'm a pricing legend or something like that. It's gonna take a while to learn. These tools I have will help you a lot, and these will be in the description below. So make sure you actually like go down there and read it and download those tools because they are very helpful, and they are some of the best plugins ever made for PoE in my opinion. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it a lot. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I also have a Discord now. You can join Discord. It'll be in the description below this video. It's you can come in here and ask questions. It's for people who are a viewer of my Twitch channel or my YouTube. So you can just come in there, hang out with people who are following my builds, following my guides, anything like that. Basically, just a community. But yeah, I stream PoE on Twitch TV, so you can find that link below as well. Come ask questions. Come watch me play some gameplay, and come watch me just play the game. Yeah. Well, that's it, guys. I appreciate it. Peace.